Welcome back. Next up on our stage is our January 2nd Wednesday breakfast sponsor, and it's CHELCO. And representing CHELCO, we have Tammy Kearse, their communications specialist. Welcome, Tammy. How are you today?
Thank you. Very well, Dave.
To start the folks off and share a little bit about how and what got CHELCO started.
Well, I'll tell you what I can. I'm brand new to the job, so bear with me.
Okay.
From what I understand, CHELCO was formed in 1941 as an outreach to rural Northwest Florida to bring electricity to those people, because of course we had electricity in the incorporated areas, but in the rural areas you could go miles without seeing a house, and most of those homes had no electricity.
Sure.
So we were formed to bring electricity to those areas.
And CHELCO is a cooperative. Share with the folks, what does that mean? What's a cooperative?
A cooperative is simply a business that's member owned, so it's owned and operated by its members. As an electric cooperative, instead of having a board of directors, we have a board of trustees that represent members in their districts. We are not publicly traded. We are privately owned by our members. So it's a slightly different structure.
So the members get together, buy the electricity themselves, and then distribute it to themselves.
More
and
or
then
less.
Each pays their fair share.
Yes, they do.
Very
They
cool.
do.
Very cool. Now, you have a defined territory, don't you?
We do.
And where is that?
Basically, we run from the Alabama state line to the Gulf, and then we have portions of western Santa Rosa and eastern Holmes County as well. I'm sorry, that's backwards.
Yeah.
Eastern Santa Rosa and western Holmes County.
Okay, there you go. And then, of course, in what we have in Okaloosa
Okaloosa and Walton counties,
Okaloosa
yes.
and Walton counties,
Yes.
certainly. And where are your offices located?
We are located in Defuniak Springs is our primary office. And then we have an office in Auburn, Florida, which was news to me. You know,
There's an Auburn, Florida, okay.
Yes. And, there's Baker and Blue Water Bay and Freeport, and then of course our main office in Defuniak Springs.
Sure. Now, of course, CHELCO does more than just buy electricity and resell it to the members. You have some value-added services too, don't you?
We do have value-added services, and a handful of them as well, so I'll just highlight a few. We do surge protection, which is one of our largest value-added services, because it protects, you can get it either whole home surge protection, which comes in to the whole home, and that's a line item on your bill. However, we also sell surge protectors, not to be confused with power strips that you might buy at the hardware store. They are more protective towards electronics and such. So we go both ways there. We also offer energy audits, which our representatives will come out if you're having a problem, think you're using too much electricity or your bill's too high. They'll come out and try to do an energy audit and determine what exactly is causing you that problem. We also have some different ways to pay your bills. We have online bill pay, of course, bank draft bill pay. We have one called averaged bill pay, where it's added up over the course of the year and then divided out so every payment is the same, which helps out.
Budgeting a little bit, sure.
Absolutely. And then we have our Members Helping Members program, which is also very popular.
Yeah. Very good. Well, you know, as much as people are spending on their electronics nowadays, it sounds like surge protection is a important issue and something that worthwhile to look into, isn't it?
Very worthwhile it is, yes. And also we have smart meters, so if you think you've had a surge, you can call in and find out, and we can tell you if in fact there's been a surge at that location. So
really?
It's not all luck of the draw anymore. We actually have that technology.
Can you access my meter from the home office? Yeah?
I believe so.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. Tell me a little bit about Members Helping Members program. What is that?
Members Helping Members is a way that members can make a contribution, either a one-time donation or set it up so that it's revolving on their bill, to make a contribution to other members who are having trouble paying their bills. So the Okaloosa and Walton Council on Agings are the ones that qualify that and distribute those funds.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, it's a chance for members to do something nice for other members, because you know, a lot of times it's just a one-time thing. People are struggling right now with the heating bills and the holidays and everything. They may just need a little help one time, and so it's a chance for other members to step in and fill that void. So
that's really cool, and I like that they have the Council on Aging that kind of acts as a buffer to make sure that nobody's taking advantage of it. So you're not just throwing your money away; it's actually going to somebody that has a true need and takes care of us.
They have a qualifying process. And,
yeah, what a great idea!
Yeah.
And I guess if you were publicly owned company, that probably wouldn't be something that would really be motivated.
Probably be slightly different.
Yeah, a little different there. Interesting. Where is CHELCO's kiosk located, and are there any plans to expand those services in the future?
We have a new kiosk, actually. It's the first one. We have it outside the Defuniak Springs office. And it acts like an ATM machine. You can come in, access your account anytime. You know, we have the new pay-as-you-go energy. So people who are doing that, it's like a prepaid card.
Sure.
And so people who do that can come in at any time and put money on their account and check their account, see where their balance stands, that sort of thing. So it's handy for, say, people that work in your standard business day. Sometimes it can be hard to get to pay your bill, you know, between 8 in the morning and 5 in the evening. So this gives them that added comfort of being able to stop by anytime and take care of it then.
How cool, because there's a lot of folks that don't have an 8 to 5 kind of gig. So,
That's right.
Yeah, they got a lot
That's
more
right.
going on
They don't
than
get that hour for lunch.
You know, one of the questions that always befuddles me is when the power goes out at my house, do I call, don't I call? What's the best way to call? You know, you always figure, well, the next door neighbor's probably bugging them, so I'll leave it alone. What should we do when the power goes out?
Good that you mentioned your neighbor, because that's the first thing you should do is look to your neighbors and make sure other people are out of power as well.
Okay, so if the street's dark, then you know it's not you.
Yeah, it's a pretty good inclination.
Yeah.
However, if it is you, of course, you want to check your breaker, your fuse box, that sort of thing. But if the rest of the neighborhood is out as well, you can call 892-2111 and follow the prompts to report an outage. Because sometimes you'll think, well, my neighbor surely reported it, but guess what they're thinking? You know, that you did it as well. So again, we do have smart meters. So if it's out for a period of time, we will know that. But to let us know immediately if you call in, then that way it gets us on the ball right away.
And you get a little faster response, don't you? You guys are fantastic. I mean, I'm a CHELCO member, and you are fantastic at showing up when there's something going wrong.
We're always glad to hear that.
Yeah, I do appreciate it, and you're there 24/7, 7 days a week. What is the best way for members to keep their electric bills low? Everybody's, especially at this time of year, we're all trying to squeeze as much as we can out of our paychecks. What's the best way to keep your bill low?
There are little things that you can do, and that's where it starts, is in the small steps. I mean, of course, you can always replace appliances and turn your heat down and things like that, but the little things, like when you leave a room, turn the light off.
Sure.
I know years ago we had the habit of just leaving the bathroom light on 24 hours a day. And then they ran an ad. I think it was actually one of our competitors ran an ad of what it cost, you know, per hour. And I started doing the math and thought, oh, I've got to start turning the lights off.
It's ended up to be hundreds of
Yeah,
dollars
it can be very expensive. So first of all, turn the lights off when you're not in a room. Also, I didn't realize until recently that when you, like your phone charger, if you leave it plugged into the wall all the time when there's no phone attached, it's still drawing electricity. A lot.
Can't tell you how many of those little boxes we've got plugged in everywhere.
So things like that, if you wanted one of the surge protectors, you know, you might put it into one of those, and that way you can just turn that off at the flip of a switch and have it done. So all those little things really add up to a big savings in time.
Fantastic. Well, Tammy, thank you very much for all that CHELCO's doing. I look forward to the January breakfast.
Thank you
I'm sure we're going to have a great time, and good luck with your new position.
Thank you. I'm sure I'll see you again.
CHELCO has been a wonderful part of our community as long as I've lived here, and I thank you for all the service and all that you're doing.
They've certainly been good to me as well.
Yeah, amen. Don't go away. Next up, we have Ms. Jenny Brunson, and she's going to share some great stuff about the 2014 Annual Award Celebration, and you won't want to miss that. So don't go away.